Excited. Boxing's coming back into town.
Yeah.
ESPN Top Rank has a card coming up. James L. Knight Center. And this man right here, Nico Walsh, he is going to be fighting on this card coming on up to start off the main card. Nico, what's going on, man? How are you today?
I'm doing amazing. How are you guys doing?
We got a little bit of, shaky feels today, Nico, because it's game 7 of the Stanley Cup final. We're trying to get our vibes right because the Cats were up 3-0. Now it's to a game 7. So it all comes on the line for this, man. The emotions are all over the place.
Yeah, that's sports for you. That's the emotions are high, but once the game is over, you're gonna wish you were in the position you're in right now.
What is the most? You remember the most nervous you've ever gotten for a boxing match? Like, does anything come to mind?
My first fight, my first fight was televised on ESPN, and just everyone was just hyping it up, and everyone was talking about my grandfather, and that was the most nervous I've ever been. I don't know if I'll ever be more nervous than that because it was the first time ever that I had experienced anything like that. And yeah, I remember walking to the ring. It felt like I was walking on death row. It was bad.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, your grandfather, for those who don't know, is the great Muhammad Ali, who of course won the championship down here in Miami.
Yes.
So have you heard those? I'm sure you've heard all the great stories of your grandfather, but do you have any Miami centric stories that you remember that have been told? Because it's a big part of his legacy is training down here, Fifth Street Gym. All that. I think you might even have something going on there to the new location that they're at now.
Yeah.
But that's a big part of his story.
Yeah, no, the only stories that I would really hear from family is that he would run to the gym, stuff like that, just stuff that showed his work ethic and working at Fifth Street Gym. And yeah, no, Miami's a special place when it comes to the Ali family for sure.
So this matchup coming up against Sana Akali, you've suffered a loss to him. This is your only loss on your record. So what does it mean to try and get this one back?
Yeah, that first fight, I didn't even think the first fight was a loss. So this just that excites me even more. It adds more flame to my fire, and yeah, no, this is a special fight. This is gonna be a fun one.
Why was it was it important to you whether you thought you lost the first fight or not? Was it important to you just to avenge it in a clear-cut way? Because this judging can be crazy. You sit there afterwards, you have no idea what the hell these judges are seeing. So how important was you to go back to the well and get this one done?
Yeah, no, it was very important to me. I'm at the end of the day, I'm a competitive fighter, so I will never just be a slouch and let, a bad performance just slide under the rug. I will always want to come back and show the people who I really am.
You guys can see Nico this week if you guys are into this James L. Knight Center. It's going to be this weekend. ESPN Top Rank putting a card together. Teofimo Lopez on the card as well. Nico, what have you made of this Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney controversy that has kind of taken over the sport? Because they announced his punishment last week, with the things in the systems. So as a pro boxer yourself, what have you made of the whole back and forth?
I just as not only as a pro boxer, as a human, as someone who has, you know, morals, anytime I see someone who's cheating or someone who gets caught for cheating, it's just sad to see, especially in a sport of boxing where people lose their lives every single year. It's way too serious of a sport to just be, you know, taking enhancements. And yeah, no, I agree with the punishment. And there's a lot of controversy surrounding it. People who want to create conspiracies and stuff, but I don't believe in the conspiracies. I think the New York State Athletic Commission is pretty serious. So I think they did the right thing.
Yeah, because in today's day and age, it's I feel for Devin Haney because it feels like everybody kind of wants to dance on it with just the losses and the memes and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But it is a serious thing. Ryan Garcia went in there, didn't make weight, might have been using something that enhanced things. I couldn't imagine being in his position where you guys know, one loss from bad judging can really swing your career, can swing how people see you. So I guess as a fighter, when you see somebody wrong like that, you have to really feel for somebody like Devin Haney.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was just watching this weekend. There was a fight. In the first round, the dude had a seizure. I don't know how it happened. I just saw the clip of that. It was in the first round. So people who don't want to take it serious, people who are trying to meme Devin and do stuff like that. Uh, Imagine if, God forbid, if something like that happened to Devin, and then we found out about Ryan taking these drugs. Ryan could be in jail right now. Like it's it's pretty serious, and people are taking it lightly. But all those people who are taking it lightly, again, they don't fight in the ring. They don't do what we do.
Do you feel like has there ever been a point in your career where you felt like, this guy is definitely on something?
I had a fight where the dude was on something. I had a fight on the Devin Haney Lomachenko undercard, and the fight ended up being a draw. And I was confused about it being a draw, number one. But then after the fight, we found out that he had taken uh whatever it was. I don't know the verbiage, but then he got fined and banned for X amount of time, and then my fight became a no contest, same as Devin. So I've unfortunately experienced the same thing, which is why I understand the anger and the pain of finding something like that out.
Oh my god. Yeah, I couldn't imagine like what was the level of anger that you had when you found out?
I was pissed because it's for me, it's the dude's an unknown fighter. I was less than 10 fights at the time, so I'm not going to be fighting Canelos and Terrence Crawfords right now. That's not going to happen. So
So
the dude I
everyone
fought,
matters. Every fight
yeah,
matters.
yeah.
Right.
So the dude was he was an unknown fighter. Of course, I'm an Ali, so people know me based off of my name. And so we believe that he just went into the fight. He knew it was going to be on ESPN in Las Vegas on a big card, and he just juiced up before the fight and wasn't thinking that the Nevada Athletic Commission is very serious, just as well as New York, and he tested positive.
Nico, how much do you feel that you talked earlier in the interview about like how much pressure you felt like that first ESPN broadcast because of who your grandfather was, but like how much do you still feel that, like knowing like, hey, I have this incredible legacy that I have to live up to, or have you gotten used to that? Like how is weighing that on your career now?
Honestly, I only felt the immense pressure the first fight. Whenever I'm going into uncharted territory, I'll feel pressure. Right now, I'm not in uncharted territory anymore. This is I'm like I feel like weathered and grizzled now because this is my second year being pro now, and I just don't feel that pressure anymore. I'll feel the pressure of being in a fight. Everyone should be a little, somewhat nervous or excited or anxious being in a fight, but I don't feel the whole Ali thing because that's my name. I was born with it. I've always felt that.
Is there a part of you coming into this fight because you know the opponent, you feel like you beat him last time, but the decision didn't go your way? Do you feel like you got to do something completely different this next time around to show something different, or is it just you doing things better? I guess in a more effective way to show it off, so you don't feel
Yeah,
like you get hosed.
that's a good question. Like I've been telling people it's not what he did that won him the fight. It's what I didn't do. So that's what made the fight the way it was. If the judges, I gotta respect the judges' decision no matter what. They gave the fight to him even though it was majority decision, whatever. They say he won the fight. So it was what I didn't do that won him the fight. It wasn't he's not a spectacular fighter. So I just do what I didn't do, and that'll make it easy enough.
So Nico, it's crazy that you talk about what you didn't do with this. I'm always amazed that you go into a fight with a game plan, right? What your corner and your trainers and you put together to think, okay, this is what I need to do to beat this guy. And then you go into that fight. What are the things that get you away from that? Because, like you said, I just need to do what I do better. what happened in the fight that kind of gets you away from that? And when do you realize I'm not doing the stuff we discussed? Is that we talk about in between the rounds and your corner's yelling at you, hey,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
That's a great question. Yeah, no, Mike Tyson has that famous saying, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. And that's honestly what it was. For most people, the minute you get hit or the minute you face adversity or get hurt or, anything like that, anytime the pressure's up, you forget. You just lose consciousness. But that's not the way it was. That's not the way it is for me. Every time I get, in a situation where it's fight or flight, my response is always fight. And I actually like those situations more than just being super calm. And I don't like being comfortable in situations like that. So you got to stick towards the plan. That comes with experience. I feel like I have that experience now. And for the first fight, there was no plan. There was like that fight, I just wasn't myself that fight. There was no real plan going into the fight. It was that fight was just a mess. It went the way it should have.
Nico Ali Walsh is going to be fighting coming up this Saturday, James L. Knight Center. Get your tickets now, or check it out on ESPN. It'll be this Saturday. We appreciate the time, man. Thanks so much.
Of course. Thank you guys.